most common document you're going to discover in your tax journey is the T4, which is the Statement of Remuneration Paid. This is a document prepared by your employer, which is a summary of your earnings throughout the tax year. And it just so happens our word of the day is remuneration. So remuneration from the French, rémunération, which of course from the Latin, re meaning back, attached to the root munerari, to give. So literally to give back. To give back for what? For your labor. Remuneration. Speaking of remuneration, this is a word I always stumble on. Luckily I can edit out my missteps here, but I always mispronounce this word. I look at it and I want to say remuneration. I don't know. Clearly wrong, not even a word. Fortunately, this is a word that I don't say very often. Other examples of words that I've long pronounced incorrectly. Awry. This is one where I've read many times in books, knew the word awry existed, but somehow pronounced it in my head as awry. Yes, laugh if you need to. In my defense, I don't think I ever said it out loud as awry. Anyway, I digress. The T4. These are your earnings for the just ended tax year. What is the tax year? So as an individual, your taxes go from January 1st to December 31st. You may notice at your office, the accountant's getting excited for something called year end, which may or may not coincide with the end of the natural year. This is because as a business, you can choose whatever year end you want. You can choose whatever date you want to start and end the year at. You can also do this if you have your own business. Now, what's important on this form? There's the obvious stuff, name, address, your employer's name, etc., etc. Box number 12, your social insurance number. Check that's correct. That's the most important number on here, really. Box 14 is your employment income. Now, this number includes mostly your salary, but it can also include taxable benefits which you may have enjoyed, paid for by your employer. Things like maybe they gave you a bus pass, maybe a company car, gym membership. The cash value of those things is included in the employment income, so you have to pay tax on those. Box 22 is the income tax deducted by your employer and sent to the CRA. Now the other boxes are things for EI and CPP, and we'll cover those in a different video. If you have just one T4, take the numbers from the T4, copy them into the boxes in your tax software, submit, and you're done. So as I mentioned, this document is prepared by your employer. It's sent to both you and to the CRA directly, which may leave you wondering, if the CRA already has this information, why do I have to do anything with it? So, I mean, that's true. For many people, this is the only form they have, so this process could be automated in some way. But I think there's a benefit to checking over your T4 at the end of the year. It is a chance for you to reconcile what your employer says you make, or what the job posting said your salary was, with what actually you take home at the end of the day. You know, this was purely automated and there's no involvement from you at all. I think it opens up a potential for employers to take advantage of their workers. Any discrepancies here on the T4 are based on what you think you should have made. You know, this is a chance to have a discussion with your employer. The best situation if there's a discrepancy is that your employer can issue an amended T4, which is an update to the other one, which also gets sent to the CRA. So what do I do if my employer doesn't give me a T4? So first off, your employer is obligated to give you a T4 before the last day of February. So if they're not giving you one, that's a potential red flag. Secondly, they're obligated to also give it to the CRA directly. And once the CRA has this, you're able to access this as well. The easiest way is to do it through your CRA My account if you already have one. If not, you'll have to call them up, which of course isn't fun. Opening a CRA My account, we can discuss in a future video as well. So what do I do if I have my T4, it doesn't line up with the money I think I received, and my employer refuses to do anything about it? In this case, you should still file your taxes based on the information that you think is correct. So if you believe that the T4 is wrong, you can use your own calculations to fill out your taxes. Of course, since the CRA likely has the same wrong information on the T4 sent to them, when they check it, there's going to be a discrepancy they'll follow up on. In these cases, as long as your estimates are made honestly and with some documentation to back it up, the CRA tends to side with the employee. And if anything, this means the CRA is going to go after your employer instead of you.